It's estimated that at least 1 in 100 people have borderline personality disorder, or BPD. In this video, we'll talk about what it's like to have the disorder, as well as how people can recover from it. Here are some of the issues people with BPD face. Significant difficulty controlling and regulating emotions, otherwise known as emotional lability. Uncertainty of self, what psychiatrists call an unstable self-image. Having intense and unstable relationships repeatedly, which can involve idealizing people, then intensely disliking or devaluing them in relatively short intervals. Feeling an urgent need to avoid being abandoned by other people, even if the abandonment is only imagined. A chronic feeling of emptiness. Repeatedly acting in impulsive and risky ways. As you can see, it's a picture of instability. To add to these challenges, BPD is currently under-recognised, and the availability of specific services is limited. The reason may include the ongoing social stigma of mental health conditions, or the challenges that health professionals face in treating BPD. It is quite possible to treat it, but more on that later. Imagine a good friend of yours has BPD. You tell them something about your new partner, and they react ferociously. If you've been hurt by them in one of their more severe episodes of instability, you might struggle to feel empathy towards them. But it's important not to blame the person in such situations. It's not their fault, after all. So what is the cause of BPD? Well, it isn't fully understood. Currently, a combination of biological factors and early life experiences such as trauma is thought to contribute to the development of BPD. In diagnosis, psychiatrists attempt to observe a pattern of these features mentioned before. These must be considered inflexible, pervasive, long-standing, and must lead to clinically significant distress or impairment. In terms of recovery, the best treatment results have been shown with a branch of psychological counselling known as dialectical behavioural therapy. Dialectical means concerned with opposing forces, which here are acceptance and change. Think of some of the challenges mentioned earlier, then consider how that might affect a relationship between a health professional and a person with BPD. It's important to engage clinicians who have thorough experience and understanding of this condition, given that the maintenance of a strong therapeutic relationship is integral to positive outcomes. It may take several goes, but strong improvements are possible. In this video, I've tried to show the challenge and complexity of living with, as well as treating BPD.
Could online counseling be even better than in-person treatment? Let's take a quick look at why so many people are switching to online therapy over in-person treatment. There have been several recent studies that have shown online therapy to not only be just as effective as face-to-face counseling, but even more effective in some cases. You only get help from real licensed professionals. You receive the same high level of professional counseling as you would with in-person treatment without even having to leave your home. With in-person counseling, you have to set up an appointment weeks in advance, and you can only speak with your therapist during your one scheduled visit per week. That's not the case with online therapy. With online counseling, you can talk to a licensed therapist right now. You can have extra sessions per week, ask questions whenever you need, and get help whenever you need it, sometimes even 24 hours a day. There's no need to wait for your one weekly session with online therapy. Plus, online therapy is way more convenient than traditional counseling. As I just mentioned, online therapy is not only on your schedule, but you have the convenience of counseling at home whenever you need it. And that also means that you can get counseling on nights and weekends, whenever it's most convenient for you. Another benefit of online counseling is that it's far more confidential than in-person counseling. While you still get all of the benefits of a professional therapist who understands you and your personal issues, they can be located across the country. Depending on the platform, they may only have your name and the state you live in, and not even know what you look like, which makes some people much more comfortable when opening up to their therapist, which can also give some people far better results. Plus, you'll never have to worry about the awkwardness of bumping into your therapist at their grocery store or in a social situation. Which also brings us to the benefit that, if for some reason you don't really like your therapist, you can easily change to a new therapist without having to deal with any embarrassment or awkward situations. Online therapy is far less expensive than in-person treatment. In fact, many people who would otherwise never be able to afford face-to-face treatment are able to get the counseling that they need online. Do you think online therapy might be right for you? If so, give online therapy a try today. You'll get 20% off your first month when you sign up through this link, depressionarchive.com/BPD20. That's depressionarchive.com/BPD20. The link is also in the description below. Give them a try today. You'll be glad you did.